Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is heart over head, the importance of emotional leadership. The ability of leaders to manage their own emotions as well as to recognize and influence the emotion of others is a critical leadership skill. It can make the difference between just marginally accomplishing a goal and exceeding expectations by finding new game-changing innovations in the organization. So here's an example. You've been tapped to lead a large project in the organization, and you can gain anyone in the organization that you want on your team. So you go for the people with the exact best skills, the exact right skills that you need to get it done. That way you've tapped the heads, the intelligence of the right people. But if you don't stop and think about how those people come together and form a team to support one another, to learn and respect one another's strengths, then you will have missed a heart or emotional part of the team that's really, really critical in terms of exceeding expectations. Here's another example. You're in charge of a broad organization and you know you've got to make a change. You know there's a change initiative that you need. You have the plan, and so you go out and you communicate the need for the change to the organization. You also talk about the steps involved in the change. But if you fail to gain their support for the change, to engage their hearts and emotions around that change, then you will probably fail to achieve all that you possibly could with that particular initiative. Now, we all know people who are deficient in emotional leadership. Those are the office bullies. Those are the people who seem to think that everyone thinks just like them and wants what they want. They don't show empathy. They don't take the time to build relationships with others in the organization and to recognize others' points of view. They're basically the people that no one wants to work with. Compare them now to people who are much more proficient in their emotional leadership. They have a good balance of task and people orientation, which means that they understand the job that needs to get done, but they know how to pay a lot of attention to the people who are responsible for getting the job done to make sure that their emotional needs are met, to make sure that they are recognized for their contribution. That's a good balance of emotional leadership. So, whatever your responsibility may be in your organization, you're leading a change, you're leading a big project, you're leading a team just on day-to-day responsibilities. Think about 6 brief steps in terms of your emotional leadership. And the first is know your stakeholders. They're usually internal and external ones, but know who the people are all around you who need to buy into your leadership role and who need to buy into whatever it is that needs to be accomplished. The second one is anticipate how they feel, then acknowledge their concerns, identify what they can do and invite their ideas and input. Recognize that they have great value there. And lastly, communicate, 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 and then communicate some more. You'll find that you never communicate enough because people sometimes hear things through their emotional filters. And you've got to be able to get through that to make sure that you're reaching them and you know where they're coming from and that they know everything that they need to know about what you need to accomplish and how to band together as a collaborative team. So, as a leader, practice heart over head emotional leadership. Thanks for listening.